this great new method of getting rid of memories, which actually came to me in the middle of the night when I got flooded with a bunch of memories based on something that triggered me during the daytime. And somehow it just came to me that when you dip something into dry ice and pull it out and drop it, it smashes into tiny little pieces. And from there, my mind just grew the flowers. So take the memory, okay? So if you still have any of the memories that we worked on, or any of the other memories, take the memory. Got it?
I got it.
Okay, literally dip it into the dry ice. Out, drop, smash, grow flowers.
Okay.
Now try going back to the memory. What do you see?
I see the flowers all
Okay,
over.
good. Any other memories? You want to
Yeah.
drop, smash, grow? Okay.
Do dreams count?
Do what?
Dreams?
Dreams are great. Yeah. Memories and dreams and daydreams for the future are all the same thing in essence. There's no difference between them.
Okay.
It's all things that are in your mind that your mind is creating, because the memories from your past that you see now are now being seen through different filters. It's not the same filters you saw them through when you were 2 years old or 5 years old, right? So you're seeing it a little bit differently. And not only that, but strangely enough, they took people who were adults and they made up a memory of them when they were little and told them the whole memory, what they were wearing, what they were playing with, what they were doing. And the first time they told this memory, the people said, so I don't really remember it. Second time they spoke about it, like a few days later, suddenly they're like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that memory. I kind of remember doing that. It was all made up.
Yeah, I've heard about this. There's this guy who was a pilot, and he made up this whole story that he thought was real.
Right. Okay. So if you have a bad projection for the future, take it, dip it, drop it, smash it, grow it. Have a bad dream, dip it, drop it, smash it, grow it. Have a bad memory from your past, dip it, drop it, smash it, grow it. Just call it like a new, how do you say, method. Dip it, drop it, DDSG technique.
You should get that on bracelets.
Okay, take the dream.
Okay.
Dip it, drop it, smash it, flowers, grow it.
I see it.
Okay.
So weird.
Isn't it weird? Go back to the dream. Can you see the dream anymore?
Yeah, I see the flowers.
Okay. Any other memories you want to dip, drop, smash, grow?
Yeah, the other dream I had the other day.
Okay, go ahead, take it, dip it in.
Okay. Just take it.
Take it out, drop it, smash it, flowers.
I see it.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
It's a very, very quick way of making a link in your mind between what you don't want and the flowers, that your mind goes directly to the flowers. It's sort of like detours. It goes, flowers.
Okay.
And I'd much rather see flowers. What can I say?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, where do you want to go today?
I don't know.
You said you were having a issue with trying to find the balance between.
Oh yeah. Between doing everything and not. Like wanting things done, but I don't have like I don't have to do everything, but if I don't do it, then it won't get done.
Okay. And where's the problem come in with that?
Well, someone else needs to do it, but I can't make someone else do something that they don't want to do.
True. And what happens if it's not done?
I have to do it.
Okay, so let me give you an example and tell me if this fits or doesn't fit. When my kids were little and I got divorced it came to the point where I would do laundry. I would take it in the laundry basket, put it on their bed, and I would tell them they have to fold it and put it in their closet.
Yeah.
And instead of folding it and putting it in their closet, they just pushed it off their bed onto the floor, stepped on it. Not maybe not purposely, but it was on the floor. So that's a natural thing that kids do, step on whatever's on the floor. And then they'd say,
Yeah.
put it back right back to the hamper. And I would say, wait a second, did I just wash this? She says, yeah, but it fell on the floor and I stepped on it, it got dirty, so I put it back in the hamper. I said, oh, isn't that interesting? I guess that means that you want to do the laundry from now on, right? And they're like, no, no, no. I says, well, I'm not going to keep doing the laundry for no reason because you step on it, right? So at the beginning, they were a little bit resistant to doing the laundry, but I stood my ground and I said, nope, sorry, not doing the laundry. And then they would come to me and they'd say, Mommy, I don't have any clean underwear to wear. And I'd say, oh, well, that's a real shame. Maybe if you did the laundry, you'd have clean underwear. Like, Mommy, I have no clean shirts to wear. Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess you're going to have to wear a dirty shirt to school. Now, it's true. I have to put up a certain level of, I don't care. And when the teacher
Right.
calls me up and says, why did she come with a smelly shirt to school? I'll say, well, she's learning how to do laundry.
Did the teacher really call?
Well, the teacher once called me. One of my daughters refused to wear shoes and refused to wear a coat. And so she was
Oh,
wearing sandals all winter long, and she was wearing this like poncho all winter long. And the
you're
teacher
talking about in Israel though, right?
in Israel, yes, yes.
It's not that cold.
Well, on rainy days, it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Rainy days, I mean, not, snow weather, but not sandal and poncho weather.
Okay.
There's something in between there.
Yeah, my brothers used to run around in the snow with the t-shirt. Drove my mother nuts.
Okay, so the teacher called me to school and said, we do have a special account of money. Like if the parents don't have the money to buy their children coats and shoes, then we can like give
Oh,
you the money to
wow.
buy them. And I'm like, no, 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 she has shoes, she has a coat, she just doesn't want to wear them.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think anyone ever called me up to say that my kid was smelly, but they did do things like that. But my point is that they have to learn, and sometimes you have to learn the hard way. So if I step in every time and do it for them, they're not going to learn.
Yeah. So it's similar, but not really. Like for example, like let's say I didn't like fill the dishwasher and put it on. Then the
Mm-hmm.
next day when I go to make my coffee, I don't have any mugs because nobody put on the dishwasher.
Okay, so
So
you're suffering from it yourself.
yeah, it's not like they're suffering if they don't do it. It's I'm suffering if they don't do it. But I'm not like I don't put on the dishwasher just for my mug, for instance.
Okay.
Like I'm putting on the dishwasher for all the dishes we use that day.
All right. So the question that you have to kind of think about yourself in terms of that is how much is it going to affect me personally? Because obviously, you're talking about a baby, you're talking about a 4-year-old child. You have to provide them with certain basic things. You can't go telling
Right,
your
of course.
baby, go do the laundry because
She'd fall down the stairs.
she like sit inside the basket and try like making it move.
No, my 4-year-old would do that.
Okay.
No one away.
Right. So we're not talking about things like that. Okay. But at the same time, when my kids were 4-year-old, well, they weren't all 4 years old at the same time. They were different ages. But I
Right.
used to have a thing. You don't put away your toys. I collect them and I get to have another present to give you next Hanukkah, next birthday.
Oh, my son's toys go in toy jail.
Well, I kind of thought it was a good way for to save myself money.
Yeah. I stopped buying him presents. He's got grandparents now.
Well, buy presents, yeah, okay. So they would say to me things like, "But I want to play with my toys," and I'd say, "Well, that's a shame. You didn't put them away, and I tripped over them, so I just took them and put them into the bag, and you'll get it again next birthday, no problem. And then maybe next time
Right.
you won't leave it out anymore." Now, it might seem that I'm a little bit harsh when I do things like that. I mean, somebody from the outside would probably say, "You're so harsh on them. Oh my goodness." On the
Yeah.
other hand, as a single mother, when I have to deal with all these things and I have to work and I had to put my boundaries.
There's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
And it's not unreasonable to have a 4-year-old cleaning up his own toys.
No, not reasonable at all. As I said, it might not be reasonable to have them do the laundry, but
Right.
I even had my 4-year-olds do dishes. I just make sure they're all plastic dishes in the sink, and they do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. My 4-year-old, he helps us set up the lights and turn off all the toys before Shabbos.
Right. So
And he starts the laundry. Like he'll press the buttons.
cool. So that is starting to give them responsibility.
Yes.
But the point is that at a certain point, aside from just giving them responsibility, they can also suffer the consequences if they don't do it. Now, a
Right.
4-year-old
Like if
4-year-old wouldn't care if they had a dirty shirt in, nursery school.
right, but a 4-year-old would care if he went to bed and the hallway light wasn't on.
Correct.
Except for the fact that he just does it regardless if it's Shabbos or not.
All right. Well, that's a different issue. But an 8, 9-year-old in school does care if they're wearing a dirty shirt because the other kids in school can be pretty mean.
Right.
And totally guaranteed it that after one time of that happening, they start doing the laundry on a regular basis. So, and I know of people who are still doing their kids' laundries when the kids are like 19, 20 years old. My kids have been doing their laundry since they've been 7, 8.
So I had to do my laundry when I went into high school. That was about the same time my parents got divorced. So one of those two things set it up.
Right. Okay. My point again being is that you have to decide which of
Yeah.
these things are going to directly affect you and the quality of your life, and which of the things are only going to affect the other person and the quality of their life. Now,
Right.
for
So
me,
for the dishwasher, would I just wash my own cup?
that's what I would do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's somebody else's job to do the dishes and they didn't do the dishwasher, dishes or dishwasher, whatever it is, and I needed my cup for my coffee in the morning, I would just make sure my cup was clean.
Okay.
On the other hand, my personal opinion is that the more independent, in a good way, we make our children, the better off they are, regardless.
Right. Of course.
Right? When you're working on finding the balance of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, you have to think to yourself, how much is what you're not going to be doing going to be affecting you? And how much is it going to be affecting, we're talking about a baby and a 4-year-old, you have to take them into consideration as well at this point.
Of course. Of course.
Right. So aside from that, I would do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, they can use paper plates. They don't need to
Now,
use real
in
dishes.
terms of the other people who are involved, they're going to get the message. They're going to have to, one way or another, work out how they're going to work on themselves. Maybe they'll want to do a healing journey too. Who knows?
Maybe the what?
Want to do a healing journey too.
Maybe. Are you taking your clients?
Yeah, I could. That would be cool.
All right.
I've
We'll
done
see.
things like that before, where I've worked separately with different members of the family. So
Oh no, I was thinking someone else.
extended family, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. So I have definitely done things like that beforehand, and there's nothing wrong with it because both people benefit from it at the end of the day.
Right.
You
And that's
know,
our final goal anyway.
I'll tell you what the point is of it here. You're learning how to make yourself happy unconditionally, which is really important because you're empowering yourself, and you're teaching them, even though it's a little bit hard for them because they don't yet know how to do it quiet, but how to make themselves happy unconditionally and not depend on you to make them happy.
Right.
That's a difference. It's like in any relationship, be it with a parent and a child, be it with a husband and wife, be it with two friends, you have to have input from both sides. And if you don't have the input from both sides, then one side is going to probably end up leaving. If both sides are interested in keeping the relationship going, and in all those situations I spoke about, generally that will happen. It might not happen in a boss employee job, this relationship. But when you're talking about a
Right.
boss and employee, if it's not working out, it's probably a good idea to leave in any case.
Right.
Right. So, you're not going to leave your child. Obviously, you're not going to, you might leave your parent, although even if you leave your parent, you might still deep down want a relationship with your parent. And I worked with a woman who was in her 70s. Her son had not spoken to her, written to her, texted her in 5 years because she was married to someone who didn't like her. We did a whole session just with her, not
Right.
with the son or the daughter-in-law. And a week later, she writes me, "You'll never believe it. My son just dropped me a message. How you doing, Mom?" As if it was like a normal thing they did every week.
That's crazy.
Totally crazy. And then she died a year later. So I was like so happy that they actually
Oh wow.
reconciled
So she got
before.
to reconnect.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's really nice. I
So,
mean, there's a few people I know who don't talk to their parents, but I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it.
sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, but I would still want you to get to the point where you don't hold the animosity against the parent. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I get that.
Because that's not something that's a good thing for you or for your children for that matter, because the energy gets given off.
Right.
So why don't you take all those memories from your mom?
Okay.
And now dip, drop, smash, grow.
Didn't work.
Take one by one and do it. The earliest one first.
Okay. Dip. Smash.
Grow the flowers.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I want you to
Yeah.
do while you're doing this, see your timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. And notice in your timeline that there might be some dark spots and there might be some bright spots. Okay.
Okay.
See it?
Yeah.
Okay. Take the next earliest memory
Like from 0 or like from now?
from 0. Earliest memories from 0.
Okay.
Okay. Is it a dark spot?
Yeah.
So take it out of the timeline.
Okay.
Dip. Drop. Smash. Grow flowers.
Okay.
Okay. Now look at the timeline. See what happened on the timeline.
There's a little flower there.
Okay. Now take the next memory.
Okay. Oh, we did that one. All right, the next one.
What do you see there?
The flowers.
Okay. The next one.
Okay.
Dip. Drop. Smash. Flowers.
That one didn't really work so well. The flowers
Okay.
are dull.
Take them. Dip it again.
Okay.
Smash. Flowers.
Okay.
Okay. What happened on the timeline?
There's a little flower there.
Okay. Take the next one. Dip. Smash. Flowers.
I mean, it kind of worked, but it still hurts.
Okay. Dip it again. Take the flowers. Dip it again. Take it off the
Oh, the
timeline.
flowers?
Take the flowers
Oh,
off the
the
timeline,
timeline.
whatever's there.
Okay.
Do it again.
Dip.
Flowers.
Okay.
Okay, still hurt?
Not as much.
Keep doing it till it doesn't hurt at all.
Okay. Still. Okay, it's better.
Any hurt left?
No. I mean, yeah, but like, no. There's like the little bit, which is like the annoyance. Like, I remember it.
Okay.
Like the guy on the bus.
Do it one more time.
No. Okay.
This time see a rainbow pop up.
Okay.
Okay, anything left?
No.
Okay, look at the timeline. What do you have there now?
Little flower with a rainbow over it.
Okay, go to the next one.
That was the last one.
That was the last one. Okay, cool. Now look at the timeline. How's it all look now?
Lots of flowers.
And how's it feel?
I'm not sure. Like the pain isn't there so much, but it's still visible. Like I see the flowers instead of the
but
dark.
the flowers are good, no?
Yes.
It's like what you're doing is you're taking it and looking at it with something good, and your mind can't think of something bad and good at the same time. And it will always choose to feel good if you allow it to.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you can see the flowers, then that's a good place. If you can no longer see the bad memory when you try to and you go right to the flowers, then that's a good thing.
Okay, I see it.
Okay.
So I'm like replacing it.
Right.
Replacing the memory.
Right. You're still going to know what happened. You're still going to learn the lessons from it. But seeing
Right.
it in your mind doesn't help you.
Okay.
Having it in your mind means you're going to draw those same things back to you all the time because your unconscious mind uses all those experiences as a blueprint. Every new experience that comes into your life, it tests and it sees. Does this match something that you have written over here already? Oh, look at that. You have it written right over there. It matches, we're going to take this new experience in. But if you take it in and it's like, nope, nothing there that matches, it's going to chuck it out.
Okay.
Right? So when I was young, my parents used to fight a lot. Okay? My parents have their own form of communication. It worked for them. They're married 60 years now. This past summer, they celebrated their 60th anniversary. Okay?
Lots of
Thank you. But for me, in my mind, the only thing that I saw was the fighting.
Right.
Even though I wanted a peaceful, happy, loving relationship, had one of those come my way, and by the way, many of those came my way, I couldn't accept it because it's not what was written over there. My unconscious mind kept saying, nope, not for you. Nope, not for you. Nope, not for you. And
Right.
then came the guy who came and was like, this is right for you. Come on, take him in.
We fight all the time.
That's right. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to rewrite what's written inside of us. So that now the unconscious mind says, oh, flowers, great, let's take it in. Oh, more flowers, great, let's take it in. Oh, wait, these are radishes? No, radishes don't fit over here. Only the flowers fit over here. See what I'm saying?
That's how you get radish seeds.
Well, if you like radishes, then okay, we'll skip the radishes. Let's pick something else that you don't like. I don't know, like maybe, dandelions. I used to hate dandelions. I always had to pick them and they made your fingers all really bitter. So that what
They're
anything.
really good for the bees. Plants are my things, though.
Yeah, I know they are good for the
I
bees,
don't
but
like.
if I had to pick them, I would be perfectly happy to leave them outside. But my
Yeah.
mom always wanted me to pick them so that they wouldn't grow more dandelions. And
Oh,
then
I see.
your fingers get all bitter, and everything you eat afterwards is bitter, and
Yep.
you can't get it off of your fingers. It's like no matter how much you scrub it with soap, it just there.
You got to take that memory and dip it in.
Smash it. Beautiful flowers, bluebells and daffodils,
Dandelions.
and right. So my point though is that we want to clear what's written on your unconscious mind to be only good things, so that when the
Okay.
good things coming your way, you'll be able to accept it in. And when the bad things come your way, things that you don't want in your life, your unconscious mind will say, "Nope, not accepting this. This isn't what's written over there."
Right.
Okay, that's the point of this exercise, of taking all your bad memories and changing them into something good, linking it to something good so that your mind automatically goes there. I will
Right.
often also, when I'm in a bad place, I will start saying the words, everything's always going my way. Everything's always going my way. Everything's always going, and I'll just have this running mantra in my mind, because that's a much better mantra to have than, oh,
This sucks.
yeah, exactly.
I hate everything. That used
Exactly.
to be mine.
Okay. So change it. Everything's always going my way. And then you're going to find that suddenly things are going to start going your way.
So mine started to be, it's not my problem.
That's a good start. You have to go in steps.
Right.
Okay. After that, choose something that's even better than it's not my problem, because that's assuming that the problem is still there. Problem's
Right.
there, but it's not my problem. Now let's
Right.
go one step further. What would be the next step for you?
I don't know.
What would you want?
Good things.
Good things happen to me.
Okay.
All right. That could be your next step. Not yet. You've had a few weeks now of the mantra, that's not my problem. You took that on really quickly, which is really great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it was
That
after
was
our
exciting.
first session, you already started saying, that's not my problem.
Yeah, that was really exciting when I figured that one out. Like
Very,
my life has started to change because it's not my problem.
that's right.
I just walk away from it. I don't have to get involved because I don't have to care.
And now you can start saying, good things happen to me. Good things come
Yeah.
my way. And I'll give you another little tip. Okay. And
Okay.
this is, I was having some relationship crisis, and it taught me something, because I was, we talked about this before. I'm a second girl, third child, always wore hand me downs, could never meet up to, in my parents' eyes, to my brother and my sister. And I know they love me. I wasn't an abused child by any means or standards. I know that they loved me, but they had their own way of looking at things, and they gave over certain messages to my older brother and sister, and they gave certain messages to me, which, how I took them, at least, right? So I had these 3 sessions done, and then all over my bathroom tiles I wrote, I'm number one, I am number one, I'm number one, I am number one, I'm number one. So anywhere I looked, it just popped out at me, I am number
Oh
one,
wow.
I am number one. And then 2 days later, I got a message from the person who's arranging this Utaptics Fast EFT Summit where I'm talking at. And
Say that 5 times fast.
guess who was the first speaker?
You.
That's correct.
Number one.
Number one. So it was kind of cool, because it was, a direct, how do you say, I did such thorough work. It was like a direct response to me. See, you are number one.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a book called Think and Grow Rich. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or read it, by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah. My
All
dad
right.
was obsessed with it.
He has this whole thing about autosuggestion. The more you repeat something, the more your unconscious mind starts to accept it as the truth.
Right.
Right. So if you tell yourself all the time, good things are coming my way, good things happen to me, your unconscious mind is going to have to bring it to you. Now, when you
Right.
couple that with changing all your bad memories into beautiful flowers or anything else that fits you that feels good. Okay. I mean, for me, it
Right.
was just flowers was what popped up to my mind at that point, which is what I do with flowers. Then you're getting rid of it. Think about a jet plane with an anchor. Okay. You can keep
Okay.
giving fuel to it, meaning all those positive affirmations of good things are coming my way. But if you don't get rid of the anchor, which is all that stuff written in your unconscious mind, you're just going to burn out the engine.
Right.
Once
You're
you
not gonna
cut that anchor, you're going to go zooming faster than you can possibly believe it. Right? So every time something bad happens, dip, drop, smash, grow.
flowers.
Right. Okay. Anytime
Okay.
a bad memory pops up into your mind, you can do the tapping, you can do the dip, drop, smash, grow, whichever works faster for you. For me, this seems like a really fast technique, which is like absolutely no contact. And it works pretty well. I mean, even when you had to do it 3 times, it was still under a minute.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay. Now, here's the thing also. Did I ever tell you about the heat of the moment?
Maybe, but I don't know if you gave it a
All right.
name.
We'll repeat the heat of the moment. No problem.
Okay.
Heat of the moment basically means is, right, what generally happens with people is that something is bothering them. And it's bothering them just a little bit. And
Right.
they say, well, I don't really need to deal with it right now because it just bothered me a little bit. I have this to do, that to do, that to do, that to do. Now, that could be whether it's a panic anxiety attack, whether it's somebody doing something to you, whether anything at all. Okay. And you continue doing your other what you were doing, you don't bother with it, and then it starts to grow. And you still say,
Yeah.
well, I can deal with it. And then it grows even bigger and bigger till suddenly it's like, what do I do now? Can't do it anymore. Okay. If you do the process, be it tapping in the heat of the moment, be it the dip, smash, grow in the heat of the moment, be it spinning in the heat of the moment, meaning when it's just a 1-2, when it's just beginning, when it's really, really small, you'll never get to that point where it's big.
Right, because you get rid of it before it tumbles down the hill.
That's right. Now, at the beginning, you might have to do it a lot more often because the other person has not yet gotten the message. So they're going to keep trying.
Right.
But if you continue with it and are consistent and persistent with it, you will be able to get rid of it. And they will get the
Okay.
message and they'll stop doing it. But get it right at the beginning before you start reacting. Because once you start
So
reacting,
like it happens, I'm annoyed, and that's when I do it.
exactly. And when you
Okay.
just start getting annoyed. Now,
Right.
here's the other thing. When you do it, when you just start getting annoyed, you then clearing your mind from the anger, annoyance, whatever, and you can now come up with the best possible solution so that you don't get annoyed and the thing doesn't bother you anymore and it's not happening anymore.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're too into the being annoyed to be able to think clearly about anything else.
Right. That makes sense.
Okay. I have a thing with my kids, which we call don't play the blame game. It's like the thing happened. Who cares whose fault it was? Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Right? What's the next steps that we get out of this situation?
Yeah. How do you fix it without blaming someone? Because it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Exactly.
We've done that.
But when you're caught up in the anger, the frustration, it's almost inevitable to play the blame game. If you can get rid of that anger, frustration when it just starts, every time that you remember, which is hopefully almost all the times, then you don't go into the blame game anymore. You just go straight into, all right, how do we fix this?
Okay.
And it's better for everyone around. Even if you're the one who's starting the process, it's better for everyone around and they'll follow because they don't want to be in pain. Nobody enjoys being in pain.
Right.
Right? They'll catch on that it's better for them too. I mean, at this point, sometimes when I slip, my son says to me, Mommy, we don't play the blame game here.
Okay.
Which is fine. Good. I'm glad that he does that.
Yeah, he calls you out.
Right. But this is calling out in a good way, not in a bad
Yes.
way.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
for me,
He
it's
brings you
fine.
back down from the anger, like when my daughter and she's screaming because I didn't get to her in the last 8 seconds, and
Right,
so she gets so upset. So I have to like calm her down before I can give her what she wants because
right. Exactly,
like she's too out of it to see what's going on.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna do the same thing.
Okay, so practice it this week. Every time that you feel that anger, frustration, annoyance creeping in, or a memory pops up, or you have a bad dream, dip it, smash it,
Gotcha.
grow it to flowers. Okay, and if you need to do it 3 times, do it 3 times. So fast it works. It works, right?
Okay.
And let's see how it goes for next week. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. My pleasure. Have a great week.
You as well.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.